So here's where we're at. We went to the Elven Tomb. You found out that the druid that had been awakening creatures had already been through there. Seeing as how you put a hurting on the mammoth, you tangled with Finn Wake Rider in the Maudun Lake, and then the next awakened animal on your radar was the large white moose. You went there, you tried reasoning, it didn't work out. It seemed like this lady was not listening to anything that you had to say. So, therefore, it inevitably broke down into a conflict. Um, you managed to bring out a victory, and there you sit in the little sunken in area with the moon. Is it moon dial? All of the small woodland creatures have scattered in the foray, leaving the area. The only thing that you can hear is like clumps of snow falling off trees and the sounds of your own breath. What would you like to do?
Let's not forget that Ford's character killed it, and he didn't. He actually was on its side. Not forget that.
You have to bring that up.
My bad. My bad.
I didn't want to do it. Sometimes you do things in life you don't want to do.
What town was this near?
This was near Lonelywood.
Thanks.
Let me flash you guys over to the. Let's see what. You guys are in the woods right up there, which is where you found that spot.
Well, we want to check out this cave. She came from this direction. Let me. She came from this direction. That's all we know. But I would like to check out this cave. What do you
So,
guys think?
from what you can see inside of the cave, because it's starting to become the last little bit of proper daylight that you have, um, it looks like there was a spot for all of the creatures to get in and out of the elements. Um, Basically, exactly what you'd think that a bunch of animals would prize. There's like bedding, there's loose bits of food everywhere, there's a corner where they've been relieving themselves to go to the bathroom. As you're looking in there, you do see that there are three statues that are exactly like the ones on the outside, except for the wind and the rain and the elements have not faded them.
Could I investigate around them, the base and stuff to see if they like move or have anything special about them?
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, that's a 23.
They look like they're carved in two separate pieces. The platform gives them a little bit of a lift, and it looks like the statues were sat there and placed on there. The dust and stuff like that, they haven't been moved.
Okay.
And as you're going around taking a look at stuff, you do notice that there is a large full-length mirror at the back with a full frame to it that looks like it has some runes etched into it.
Do they look like the moon phases and stuff?
There are moon phases on it. Specifically, it looks like a full moon.
I want to try to read those.
All right. Give me a history check or arcana or something like that.
Would comprehend languages help? Or
Yeah,
make
that
it
would.
happen? Alright, I'm going to take some time with it though. I'm going to cast it as a ritual and take the
All right.
additional like 10 minutes.
So you're casting it as a ritual to be able to comprehend the languages. What's everybody else doing in those 10 minutes?
Um, seeing if I can help in any way.
I'm standing by the carcass and just mourning.
I'm not that smart. I want to
Hey,
be
what
help.
what do you guys think about these statues though?
I'm gonna take a closer look at this one.
They're life-sized carved statues. They look a lot better. They've been protected from the elements, but they look like they're centuries old. This is definitely before the Frostmaiden's time. And after about 10 minutes, the comprehend languages takes effect, and the arcane sigils on the sides of the mirror begin to come into focus as you get the impression that this mirror is magical, and by the light of a full moon you would be able to use that to gaze through, kind of like a magic mirror. Use it as kind of like a crystal ball.
Ah, cough up a little bit. It's the cold. Step back. And inform the others. They gaze into the future? Is that...
I'm just double checking. We're not anywhere near a full moon, are we?
No, the new moon pretty much just happened yesterday.
That's what I thought.
But it said by the light, something to the extent of like by the light of the full moon, uh, your mysteries will be unraveled. And you did notice that while you were sitting down there concentrating and busting out your little accoutrements to cast that spell, bloody hoof prints were around there.
Is there anything around us like a thing that might transfer the light, like a mirror somewhere that could be turned to redirect any type of light? Maybe perhaps moonlight.
Well, you got that large mirror that's on the wall
Is there
itself.
is there any light coming through at this time? And what time is it?
It is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it is just starting to dip into the darker parts of the day. This is the last full hour of sunlight that you guys pretty much have.
Or what if when clouds, when it gets dark, the moon comes out, maybe we will have our answer then.
That
If
would
the,
make sense. The new moon has just happened yesterday, so there's going to be no moon for the foreseeable future. So if you're trying to wait till
oh, okay,
a full moon, by the light of the full moon, you'd be waiting about
right, I got you.
14 days.
I'm not camping a couple weeks.
Uh,
Also, I'd prefer not to be out at night anyway. How far away from town are we?
You're about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Oh, shoot.
We'll have to travel at nighttime to get back.
We will, but I think we should do that now anyway. Why attempt it?
yeah. Well then,
Can you use this mirror by chance? Can anybody?
It says by the light of the full moon.
I think it'd be one of those things where if the moon's shining in, we could turn it and catch the light of it.
So the
Shine.
comprehend languages allowed you to read it, which had like the thing on it. It's definitely magical. Nobody's cast identify on it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, can I
I'll
cast
cast.
identify as a ritual?
All right, that's going to be another 10 minutes. What's everybody
No,
doing in
it's
those
one
other
minute.
10?
Oh wait, wait, wait,
Not
wait.
for a ritual.
That's not
I'll
for a ritual.
I'll
We'll just
cast
skip it.
identify for 1 minute.
So
That uses up a spell slot.
are you just going to straight up cast identify?
We can wait 10 more minutes. Then we actually know what the hell we're doing with it.
I want to check out what's down this passageway.
I was thinking the same thing.
That passageway leads up deeper into it, and there is a stone door that is kind of sunken into the wall. It does not look like it's going to budge. You push a little bit of weight on it, it looks like it's closed.
Is there any mechanism, whatever, something to open the door?
As you're going on it, it feels like you grab the mechanism that would cause it to open, and it's not budging. It seems to be barred by some means that you have not ascertained yet. You put a little umph in it, it still doesn't budge. It's being held shut by something.
Well, seems like it's not gonna give.
You hear a little something from the opposite side. My lady, are you okay?
Uh-oh.
Mm.
I think to myself as I know. No. No, she is not.
Mayhap you'd like to tell them. Yeah. I'm gonna go check on Vernon. I don't want to know what's on the other side of this door.
I think we're kind of... We have to say something, right? They're gonna come out.
Well, I think we just killed their lady.
No,
Lady,
sure.
did you deal with the intruders? You hear a scraping on the other side of the door. Can you hear me? Are you injured? Do you require my assistance?
Ooh, I can do this without lying. Although I'm probably gonna still have to use like a performance or deception on account of I'm gonna try to do my best her voice from our like 3-minute conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say truthfully, no, there's nothing you can do to assist.
Give me a deception or performance. We'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna go for that performance.
While they're doing all that, can I rummage through the front or
An 18. A mighty fine and respectable 18.
That is a respectable 18. You're trying to what's
I just want to
Chauncey
rummage
trying
through her body to see if there's any artifacts or anything on her.
it looks like she's got a couple of scimitars that look like they're melting. Other than that, it's all patchwork fur.
Okay.
Nothing metal, nothing too crazy. It looks like she came out expecting a conflict. As Rime says his thing, you hear the door open just a little bit, and you see what looks like the just like a blueberry bush standing down there. And it's not until it looks up at you, and if a blueberry bush could get a shocked look on its face, that exactly what it does is it kind of starts to maneuver backwards. And then in there, you see a circular chamber that has an intricately carved dome in the ceiling about 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down through the top of the dome, illuminating rectangular stones in a sarcophagus. Someone has turned this tomb into a living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and unfurled bedroll sitting beside a sarcophagus. The little shrub kind of backs up a little bit. Where where is she? Where is Ravison?
She has perished.
That's sad.
It is. I am Rime.
Hi, I don't have a name.
What are you?
I am, and he holds his foliage out, a blueberry bush. And he plucks a blueberry and hands it over to you. We're friends now. You won't kill me, right?
Huh.
I have no
I won't.
intention.
No. Right.
Caleb just goes ahead and pops that blueberry in his mouth and hopes for the best.
It tastes like a blueberry. It's a delectable and delicious blueberry. Who was casting the spell, the identify on the mirror? All right, so your ritual goes. It looks like once you've attuned to that mirror becomes a crystal ball that you can scry through, but it needs to be on the light of the full moon. A moonbeam spell will work. If you cast the moonbeam on the dial, you'll be able to,
Sick.
while you're attuned to it, utilize it as a crystal ball for scrying.
All right. As soon as you guys get back, I'll be like, you can use this for scrying if you cast a moonbeam spell on it on the full moon.
From behind you, a little bit down, uh, that blueberry bush goes, "Yeah, uh, Ravison, she'd cast the moonbeam, and then the big moose would look at the hunters that were around the area, and he'd track them down and he'd kill them. That's the deal that they had. He was getting revenge for her sister.
What happened to her sister?
Her sister died
Hmm.
long before I met her. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, maybe they're together now.
Did she have this deal with anybody else or any other creatures?
There were a couple of them. There was the plesiosaurus that was in the lake. There was a mammoth, a little bit more to the south. Um, she just went around causing havoc, giving these creatures intelligence and telling them to get revenge for her.
Are there any more that you know of?
I don't know. I've only been with her for a while. I think she needed me to help out around the house.
What will you do now?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
I suppose it's your house.
Hmm.
Will you be okay here by yourself?
I should be.
There's a blueberry bush.
I
Would
did
you
try.
like to come with us?
I don't know. I don't think I trust you guys.
I wouldn't.
I think he's, all things considered, taking this pretty well. We can be on our way and let him be on his.
In the morning, I can just prepare Moonbeam, or at any time in the future. If we ever want to come back and use it, we don't necessarily have to wait for the full moon.
Yeah, that's the way that she did it.
Well,
Wait.
it is nearly
If you
night.
can do
How about
that,
we sleep here?
yeah,
We
why don't
could,
we stay here and then you can cast that tomorrow. We could find out about the what's his name? The murderer.
huh?
The
I'm gonna ask the
Would you
blueberry
mind if
bush if we can stay in his house.
I mean, we only showed up and murdered their friend.
I don't think that I'm gonna stop you, but okay.
Well, since we have some time,
I suppose you could say no. These are strange circumstances for me.
And be stuck all alone in this creepy spot, hanging out with her dead sister. We don't really hang out. She's in the sarcophagus.
Huh. Is there
huh?
another sarcophagus for, you know, the inevitability of death and all?
What about for Radisson?
From what I've seen, there's about 3 sarcophagus around here. There is the one, and he lets you know about this one over here.
Is it empty?
And then he thinks that there's somebody in there, but
Oh,
he hasn't been able to open it. There's this one right here, and then there's one in this room right here.
go check out that one.
Yeah.
The door is closed, and despite your best efforts, it does not open.
you know how to get into it?
The shrub lets you know that there's a certain trick for getting into him. You got to use magic.
identify as a ritual.
Yeah, we have the 10 minutes. We're hanging around here now.
So you cast the identify as a ritual. The door is enchanted with a magical lock, with an arcane lock. So it either has to be opened from the inside or a knock spell has to be cast on it.
Yeah, oh no.
I don't have it.
I don't
don't
think
have
any
this
of us do.
either.
Huh?
I know it's not in prepared spells for anybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't have knock. I don't have second level sorcerer spells yet.
Yeah, I don't have second level either.
I don't really want to leave this thing's dead friend just lying out. Is it outside or is it inside? I couldn't tell.
Are you talking about the moose, the druid, or the druid sister?
The druid.
The druid, she's outside.
He's outside.
Yeah, I believe she
Okay.
fell right
Yeah.
about there, and then the moose
So-
was right about there.
Wondering about the empty sarcophagus. Did
Well,
she
we should
plan
put her with her
ahead,
sister.
you know?
Oh no,
Wanna check this one out?
this is a tomb that they ended up finding.
Ah,
He is around for that stuff. You're gonna check out that one.
Yeah.
So atop the eastern berm is a granite sarcophagus resting in a half circle, defined by five crystalline pillars. Clearing the snow lid off reveals an engraving of a brazier. You notice the carving near the top of each pillar. From north to south, these images depict a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand. That is what's on there.
Wait, how much it comprehend languages is an hour, right? Last an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can read that,
I mean,
if it actually says anything.
I'll give it a look. See.
On the top of the sarcophagus lid, you notice is an engraving of a brazier. And then in the pillars from north to south, you see the images depicting a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand,
So we
which
need to find.
which looks
We
like it's probably something needed for a ritual.
Yeah.
So we need to find these things. Start a fire. And then one of us needs to put our hand in
Well, I mean, that's the bear killer way of doing it. You do notice since you climbed up here that what you passed was a gazebo that had a brazier.
Go check that out.
Let me bring out the lightning and the thunder. Ping. The marble gazebo. In the middle of the gazebo sits an unlit stone brazier. Its bowl 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles that the wind have swept away from the gazebo's polished marble floor.
it. Sure.
I throw a firebolt.
Oh, let me back up.
You're gonna throw a firebolt at the brazier?
At the pine cones and stuff.
They catch on fire, but the brazier takes no physical damage from it. It seems like it's accustomed to a high level of heat.
We need a twig, and a pine cone, and a feather, right?
Let's see. Twig, pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand.
Well, also it cleared it off off a little bit so that way we have a place to work with.
Apple.
Do these trees yield any pine cones?
Right?
There are pine cones from the trees, yes.
All right. Could we grab one? And I'm assuming there's probably a twig that we can break off as well.
Do we see any
Absolutely.
nests?
I have
So
a
we get-
hand.
We have it. Do we see any nests?
Give me a
That's-
survival check.
$23.
You notice that on the inside that where some birds were making nests, you found a feather.
Sweet.
Pretty easily. So you have the pine cone, you got the twig, you've got the feather. It's flame and humanoid hand.
Anybody here want to start a fire?
Can I just create a bonfire in there in the cauldron? Or I'm assuming it's a pit of some sort, right? Cauldron.
Yeah, it's a brazier. It's basically like a fire pit.
Okay, so
Is that what you're gonna do? Create a fire?
I don't know. Do you guys want a fire there, or do you want to think about this a moment?
I'm curious.
The only thing I'm not sure on is the hand.
Well, didn't Remy volunteer?
Yeah, Remy did the volunteer for that, so.
I don't.
Um,
I mean, I don't know if my volunteering came with, "Hey, look. Also, let's stick my hand in a fire." But you know what? I will volunteer my hand to allow the gods to guide someone else's hand through the fire.
it's fair
Nice.
enough.
I'll do it.
Okay,
Alright.
I am going to cast resistance on him, the cantrip, and you're resistant to fire.
Sweet.
So I cast the cantrip to start the bonfire, and then are we gonna put the items inside?
Just a quick question
Mhm.
about if you cast resistance on somebody and they already have resistance to that, does double resistance do anything?
No.
No.
Okay, just figured I'd ask. Thank you.
You don't have resistance. You just reduce total damage by D4.
Okay.
Isn't as good as resistance sometimes, but in this instance, when we're just, putting your hand in a fire, that might
Well,
be
I do
enough to
have
undo the
absorb
whole fire.
elements. I don't know if I can use that or not.
Someone's got cure wounds.
I've got healing word I can always cast on myself too. All right, so do we throw the stuff in the fire now?
So everything's in the brazier,
All
except for
right,
the
then
flame in the hand.
you guys want to catch that on fire?
I'll create the bonfire.
All right. The fire starts to take effect. It's starting to go through. You notice a little bit of like silverish energy coming off of the things, but it does not sustain as it is starting to catch fire and everything is emulating. Looks like
Uh,
all the things needed to probably be placed in there at one time and lit on fire. But it doesn't take you long to re-get a twig, a feather, a pine cone.
This resistance does stack with the resistance, weird enough.
all right, so
Should we try it again?
yeah, so do I just like put my hand in the brazier? You think, like before you set it on fire, since it's all supposed to be in there at the same time?
How are you guys gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try. Why not? I'm not scared of a little fire.
All the components go in.
Turn your head.
Kalen
Yeah.
puts his hand in there.
Uh,
And what are you using to light it?
I'll throw a firebolt in it. If
All
it
right.
catches it.
Okay.
Go ahead
Catches
and roll
anything
me that damage
flammable.
for that firebolt.
Oh no.
I was gonna do another bonfire, but that's okay.
Bonfire has a lower damage die. Maybe we should have.
Well, here we go.
Oh, that's not
4.
bad.
All right,
Got
so that's
4.
4 points of fire damage. If you got the resistance on you, then
Yeah.
you'll take half of
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Hey.
resistance is reduce it by D4.
Ooh,
Reduce
reduce
it.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's why I said it stacks with resistance. Because you just reduce
Nice.
the total damage taken by D4.
There
That's
you go.
sick.
Yeah, that's a cantrip too.
I reduced it by 4.
Let's
Oh,
go.
You hold your hand in there, and the silver goes around everything except for your hand, which is pretty much shielded, and everything burns out. It does not look like it had the intended effect. But you're close. It looks like there needs to be a sacrificial element to it because
I
while
think
the
you
things were
need your
burning,
hand
We need to actually
burn.
burn
Let's
your
go
hand.
cut off Radisson's hand and throw it in
This is
there
getting
with it.
dark.
that is a legit way to do it. You
This is
find
getting dark.
everything, you get Ravison's hand, cut
I don't know.
it
I don't.
off.
Hold on. I don't know how I feel about this. Actually,
Just doesn't need it.
It's done. I'm just gonna make it happen. We've worked on this too long. Let's get this
Too long.
done.
We've been at this for like 10 minutes.
We're
Hey,
impatient.
You're just like burning pine cones and stuff like that.
Do it
You know,
again.
I tried, you know, and it didn't work. So
Tax returns 1349 DR. What the hell? Throw that in the fire. All
All
right.
right,
So
so I
are
went
you
and
putting
gathered
her
this stuff
hand?
again.
Yeah. Are you putting her hand in there?
yes.
Yep.
All right.
the bush didn't see us do it, right?
Yeah,
The
see,
little
that
blueberry, the little
Yeah.
blueberry guy.
if your first instinct is, I hope somebody doesn't see me do this, maybe we shouldn't be doing it.
It's already
Probably
done.
correct.
Somebody. So this time I'll just cast bonfire on it if all of the items are in there, right?
Yes.
All right. Then I will just cast bonfire on it.
You know, I was hoping for an empty sarcophagus to put the body in, to give her
That's
like at
what we're
least a
trying
proper
to.
resting place. And you guys are like, let's cut her hands off and use it to maybe unlock a puzzle.
Or to bury her appropriately.
The necromonger
Like,
way.
you realize we're going flatly off of pictures on the top of somebody.
This is
Oddly
what she'd
enough,
want.
it is strangely
This is
effective
what she'd wanted.
as
This
all
is
of
what
the
she wants.
all of the items are immolated and that silvery light goes, and then you notice each one of the symbols on the pillars begins to glow a little bit, and then it looks like the stone lid of the sarcophagus unseals a little bit, and a little bit of air kind of poofs out from the sides.
I'm more upset
Yeah.
that worked. Honestly.
Let's go check it out.
You guys come help me move the
Yep.
the lid.
I'd rather
this
not. These are other actions I really don't want to take
Well,
tonight.
is there enough crackage in there that we could see if there's something in it?
There is not enough crackage for you to see if anything's in there. It also weighs like 500 pounds, so it takes a couple of you some effort in
Let's do
order
it, boys.
to
Use my
to
steel
move it.
defender to help push it too.
Yeah,
As
that
like
could help.
leverage.
So are you pushing the lid off? You push the lid off and it slides. Inside, wrapped all in ceremonial bandages, looks like a elf. Let's see. Caleb's an elf, so this looks like traditional moon elf burial stuff. And as you're sitting there looking around to see if there's anything else in there, it actually starts to slowly raise up, and then it looks over at Chauncey.
Am I supposed to say, "Oh shoot"? Hello?
Well, it's definitely
Its hand
occupied.
comes up slowly and it gives a slow wave and then puts it back down.
Have we disturbed your rest?
It says nothing, does nothing. It's just up and then looks at you, still looking at you.
If I walk, does it follow me?
It follows you with its
Oh, God.
gaze, but makes no attempt to pursue you or anything like that.
Just slide this
Why
thing
did we
back
do
up.
this? Was there a
Well,
purpose?
we were
Yeah, we
hoping
were
it was
trying to-
empty.
Yeah. Well, do you think this thing would mind the company?
Oh,
I think we'd put it back to rest.
y'all need AO.
As Chauncey says, I think we put it back to rest. It folds back down, crosses
Okay.
its arms again.
All right, let's close this up, guys.
Well, we can go get the druid and put her in here so at least she's protected from the elements.
Well,
Is that a bad omen, though, burying two people in one sarcophagus?
Is it all? We're
You have a
worried about the bad
bonfire.
omens now. We're worried about
Hey.
the bad omens now. Hold on. Hold on.
I had.
I have to object
Why?
to this entire thing. Yes.
You
No.
can cast a bonfire, and we could
Oh God.
just.
I am not.
I, I'm just saying,
I can't cast
if you
bonfire.
want to get rid of the body,
We
want to put it to rest.
we just
Or,
desecrated a grave, and the method by which we did it was desecrating a dead body. There's no harm in camping the night and
I agree.
not disturbing any
Damage is
further
done.
hallowed ground.
let's put the lid on, you guys.
Well, if nobody else objects, the lid slides back over. The brazer's still lit. That seal seems to be undisturbed. As it looks like
You think that brazier opened the door, though?
if you go and check, the doors are both still closed.
Did it by chance? Oh, this is a door over here too, as well. Top left.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is where you see the shrub. He's in there, kind of like
Was,
packing up the druid stuff.
was this sarcophagus inside? Is it also got somebody already in it?
You have not tried to do anything with that sarcophagus yet.
I think we should ask the bush.
Let's ask the bush.
Oh yeah, it's got her dead sister. She stinks.
Do you
See?
think that they would
She's
mind sharing a
she's
sarcophagus?
With her sister?
Yeah.
I would
Well, I mean-
mind. I would
Just-
mind right now, me, here, alive.
Gentlemen, does anybody have a shovel?
I don't have a shovel.
I
And
can-
a
Does the bush have a
pickaxe?
shovel?
I can
don't-
bury her if that's what we need done.
Yes, that's what I'm proposing. If give me a tool, I will go do it, since I'm the one that unfortunately took the action.
It's fine,
I
just
will-
carry her and I will bury her.
Alright, so let's go do that then.
You do notice that up on top of the slab is what looks like the contents of a herbalism kit that is completely laid out.
Be right back.
All right. So if anybody wanted to
go
procure
ahead and
that,
grab
that's
that.
an entire herbalism kit.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
nice.
That sounds like.
Actually, know how
Let's
to use this.
bury her by this beautiful tree.
Let's do that by that tree. I'm gonna use mold earth to move the loose dirt, the ground, and then move it back. Not get my hands dirty. We don't need a tool.
There we go.
I love cantrips. You're just like bloop bloop.
Bloop bloop, Minecraft.
Yeah, that's funny. I was actually looking at my cantrips. I could have lit that fire without damaging anyone, but I didn't speak up. Mostly because I'm not really with the whole let's solve the mystery of somebody's tombstone.
I'm with you.
So what do you think that was? I mean, it was an elf. I know that.
The shrub's like, from what I can tell, this was an ancient temple. And turned out to be a good base of operations for Ravison to kind of go around and awaken those creatures in order to get revenge for her sister. That's all her idea, not mine. Don't kill me. Would you like a blueberry? Plucks another one off.
You know, I would.
I
getting
think it'd be
pretty
really
hungry.
cool if you came with us.
I am starting to think that actually. He had just constant meals.
Blue
That's what I was
blueberries.
thinking. We'll keep you safe. We'll protect you.
That is not true. We get into dangerous situations. You will die if you come with us.
Somebody's loose firebolt will set you ablaze.
That is
Alright.
very true.
That's exactly what I don't want. I don't want to die in a fiery death.
Unless you
I
have
would
a
say-
problem with it, I see no issue with you staying at this tomb.
Well, I finally get to figure out what to do with the rest of my life.
You could feed the animals.
You could. I'm assuming
could.
this is your kind of weather.
Well, I don't really mind it too much. I don't go outside a lot.
Strange for a blueberry bush. Wouldn't you need sun?
I'm a magical blueberry bush.
Hmm.
Very cool.
But yeah, I still need a little bit of sun.
Can I
I
have?
I go out there for like 5 hours and I'm like, it's called photosynthesis.
I think you should just go out there and get deer to eat from you. They would
I
just
prefer
nibble a
meat.
little, you know.
And then I poke him in the eye with my fingers.
Yeah, your fingers.
That seems sadistic. I already regret unleashing this.
Can I have a blueberry?
Sure. Plucks it off, hands it to you.
I'm gonna go out here, stand watch.
All right. So you
I
guys
find-
are talking about spending the night here?
Very little
Yeah.
interest in blueberry conversation.
If you want to get a long rest in, you are going to have to eat a ration. And then we're
here.
gonna do the oh yeah, you got your
It's a blueberry count.
Yeah,
I've got-
Kalen's
I've
got
got
enough
good berry.
blueberries.
but
Is the question.
Kalen does have a
Good berry.
good berry.
Good berry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just-
if you still have the spell slot, right?
Yeah, I still do. So, if we're gonna stay here and take a long rest, then go ahead and cast that and give y'all each a couple berries. Although all you need is one, but that gives me 10.
Yep. You guys are able to take your long rest. Since you are kind of out of the elements, you're good to go. How long are you guys gonna wait until you start doing stuff on day 7?
That should just be head. Oh, well, we're taking a long rest. So, after the long rest, I'll need to do my spell preparation. Add Moonbeam.
With basically like camping preparations and everything like that, I'm putting you at about 10 o'clock at night. It is pitch black dark, almost no moon. What time are you guys holding until?
Hold until
Let's
before
see,
leaving? Well, I think first we want
can-
to try to cast this moonbeam on it, right?
Yeah, but before I do that, I would like to cast Druidcraft. And
All right.
basically find out what the weather's going to be like for the next 24 hours.
Weather for the next 24 hours is going to be clear.
No, gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at this mirror. And
You know
Then I
what
should
you're
just
looking
be-
for?
go ahead and head to town.
That's kind of
is
the
there
So it
whole
needs
point
to
of a
be-
crystal
something that you
ball,
want to
right?
scribe?
It needs to be attuned to who is going to attune to it.
Well, I mean, if
Who-
he's
attuned to what?
if you're casting Moonbeam, doesn't it have to be him?
So the
casting
shrub dude lets you know that the druid was casting moonbeam and the moose was attuned to it. So the moose was looking at the mirror while the druid was casting moonbeam.
Oh, okay. So who wants to attune to the mirror while I cast Moonbeam?
I'll do it since I
Alright.
identified it.
Yeah, if you take the little bit of time during your long rest, you can attune to it.
All
Sweet.
right. I'm gonna stand back. I'll actually be right back.
All right.
Is this the first break?
Yeah, I say we could probably hit it like that. It's been about an hour. How do we want to do this? Oh, I don't think Adam's back yet. So you know that you're going to be able to use the scrying spell. Since
Yeah,
you're
what are we
attuned to
looking
it.
for?
My question was,
Yeah.
what is our purpose? We found it, yay! But why are we? I just don't remember.
I want to find out about the murderer. That guy. Make sure he's where we thought he was. Like try to pinpoint his location so we can get to him.
Sephic?
Excuse me. Yes,
All right.
that's my thought.
What are you going to be using for the so under the spell scrying, I'll say that you have firsthand knowledge. So you've met the target. I don't think you have anything to bolster your connection. Unless you do.
I don't think we have anything from him.
Anybody have anything, or are we just kind of guessing with the naming?
Oh, we're waiting for Adam as well.
Oh, I thought he was back. Sorry.
It's all good. I'm also excited. Watch some dungeon meshy after this, or delicious in dungeon.
Nice. I've been watching Young Justice.
It's good times. So yeah, game time wise, it's like 10 o'clock at night. So y'all were just able to finish your long rest. It is into the night time, so it is like up into the 11th hour. No, almost no light whatsoever, except for the stuff that Caleb can make.
That's
So
a
how
good
do we
So
want to do this?
running back.
is Vernon attuned?
Vernon is attuned. He did that during the 8 hours.
Yeah, I've been back this whole time.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Well, Vernon, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and cast that Moonbeam spell.
Again, who exactly are we going to be looking for other than?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's up to you. You're attuned. You've got 10 minutes that you can use this.
All right. Well, before we actually do it, I want to talk about them.
Okay.
Make sure that we know who we're going to be looking for.
I forgot the serial killer's name.
Sefik.
That's right.
I think that that's who we should look for.
Oh, hey.
And then I also want to look for Wake Rider.
Yep. That's
I
what I
want to
was gonna
find
say.
where Wake Rider is.
See if Radisson's death affected him.
Yep. And then I feel like that could be a way we could you know, see if it affected all the other animals as well.
All right.
Any objectives?
I think it's a good idea.
Common. Remy?
No, I'm with it.
All right.
Alright, casting moonbeam. Like on
You
the mirror
cast
itself, right?
Moonbeam on the full moon. The mirror's edges shimmer around, and then Vernon, your mind is connected with the mirror. Your gaze goes from focus to softens a little bit, and you can start to see kind of like one of those seeing eye puzzles. You're looking into it, and you're like, it's a schooner, no a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And your mind relaxes a little bit more, and you focus in, and you see Sefik trudging, doggedly, determined, wind whipping across the tundra. You're trying to get an idea of what's going on, a bearing. It would seem, I don't want to do combat. Taking a look at the area around the Icewind Dale, you would think that he is somewhere around right there. It seems that he has made his way on foot there.
Okay, so while I'm seeing this, can I still talk to them?
Sure.
All right. Because I wasn't sure if it was like it's all in my mind and I'm like kind of I have to be there or whatnot. Um, I believe he's on the way to the Dark Duchess. He hasn't made it to it yet.
Okay, good to know.
And isn't that where
Wait,
we're headed to next?
yeah, we wanted to go to the Dark Duchess. Um, like I said, he's on his way there. I need to focus on Wake Rider.
So into the second minute, you're looking for Wake Rider.
Yep.
That is a little bit more chaotic. Is you know he's in the lake, and every time you're kind of starting to pin down his location, you just see the inky blackness of the depths of the lake around him. So he's kind of obfuscated by that. But it looks like he's in the lake.
Can you communicate while you're using this with the person you're scrying? Or is it not the way it works? Or is this one special? Can we communicate?
It functions as an ordinary crystal ball, and the crystal ball allows you to cast the
Vision.
scrying spell with a spell save of DC 17. So it does not have any of the other properties such as telepathy or mind reading or true seeing. But everybody else can kind of see the picture in the mirror as well, since
I'm gonna
Vernon's holding
try
it.
to I'm gonna try to focus more on it, on him, and particularly where we saw him originally.
He is towards the middle of the lake, hanging out a little bit more to where you last encountered him.
Is he acting animalistic, or does he look like he's actually being um like methodical about what he's doing?
How long are you gonna observe him for?
I mean, I've got this is the third minute. I can watch him for a minute, 2 minutes, two more
You
minutes.
watch him for a minute, 2 minutes. For a minute, it seems like he's animalistic, and then you notice that he's actually like going through, messing with fishing traps, like putting stuff around, and so there's still that intelligence to him.
Got it. Um,
Well, should we try to find a boat? See if we can't talk
is
reason into this thing now that the Radisson's not around to control it. And if he won't listen to reason, then we're gonna have to stop
was
him.
was there something of hers that would be like recognizable that we could have used?
I have no
Probably not her hand anymore.
idea.
See what you did there.
I mean, there's like her effects, stuff like that. Her sickles that she had are melted away, but there was like her clothing.
I have her herbalism kit, but I don't
Yeah,
think that
I'm
he's
just.
gonna. Let's
He
just.
might know the sickle handles, maybe.
And those were built out of like pure ice.
Oh, the whole. I was thinking it was like there were handles, and then it would come out of the handle, like the sword would.
No, they were formed basically out of pure ice.
Okay, my fault.
No, that's all good.
Did she have any necklace or anything like that?
Yeah, they were just like little odds and
All
ends and
right.
effects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't
I
really.
just want
We didn't really
something
go through
something
the effects.
of that nature as like not a trophy, not necessarily a trophy, but people would know that this was from her.
I don't think Rame is gonna move the earth again and exhume her body, so we.
That
No,
is right. She is buried.
we're in her
Yes.
room though.
There, yeah, there's little. She had it kind of set up, so I mean, there's little effects like everywhere,
Cool.
but like nothing that has like the Tiffany logo that says Ravison on it.
Got you. Is there anybody else we're looking for in particular? Wait, was there there was missing child? Was that what it was? Oh no, they were dead
Oh yeah, there's that one guy
already.
that we were gonna go try to find. The one that went to Kelvin's cairn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of
And
the
didn't he
dog
join
came
up?
back.
Are you guys gonna try to
Yeah,
look
I'll try
for?
to find him. Because
I
I've got
don't
about
remember his
4 minutes,
name.
I'm guessing.
I don't even know why I rolled. You see in a kind of like a little igloo shell, um, a very non-moving body that has Looks like their hand clutched on a wound that has blood that's been soaked through, and they're holding a knife out. You don't see any heat of their breath. And as you're sitting there watching for this minute, you don't see any blinking or anything like that. You think maybe
Hmm.
this person has probably succumbed to the elements.
No need to hurry to Kelvin's car.
I will think about my subconscious takes over, and for the next minute I think about my mom and dad, and it goes to their tomb as well.
All
And
right.
what you guys will see is finest tinkerers of all the all the gnomes. And an amazing shop owner.
Wait,
And
your parents were gnomes?
tears roll down my eyes as well.
Sorry.
These eyes. Because I'm a dragonborn. But if there's anybody else that we're looking for,
Um, weren't we curious about the people that were stealing the black um mineral? I forget what it's called. What
The
did we call
Charlton.
that? Chardolin. But we don't know who.
It definitely makes it a lot more difficult since you've heard about them, but you have nothing to go off of.
Mm,
all right, we can yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know anybody that has gone down there. I guess. We saved a child, didn't we?
Yeah, the children at what was that place called? Dugan's Hole or Goodmead?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to check on them, see how they're doing. If nobody else has anything else, I'm just trying to make it look meaningful.
The children at Dugan's Hole are doing all right. You do hear them talking about the trouble that they're having in Goodmead, as they are actually no, they're fast asleep in their beds. It's like 11 o'clock at night when you're doing this, so they're asleep.
Cool. Last one. I want to check in on uh he wasn't an ogre, he was a giant,
You're talking
right?
about the Verbig,
Is that his name?
the
The one where we
Doug,
killed his friend?
Duke.
Yeah, I believe that's what his name was. Him and his girlfriend.
You see him asleep in the same area. It's a very familiar cave system. You do notice that there are a lot more bloody sacks around.
Can I pinpoint that area or location? by chance or no?
You know where it was about the last time, so
Okay.
right about there.
Oh, and that concludes the time, I'm sure.
Yep. The mirrors effect, the inscriptions on the side of it begin to slowly trace out as the time dies away and the mirror goes back to its dormant state. What do you guys do? It is about 11 o'clock at night on day 6.
Or anything good? Or was he communicating now
You
about?
saw all of it. It was all on
Oh, okay.
the
Never mind.
mirror.
Well, I don't wish to jump to conclusions, but our friend Doog appeared to have some discomforting things.
Yeah. Kind of wish he hadn't thought to look in on him. Hmm. Well, what now, gentlemen?
Well, with all this newfound knowledge,
We go to sleep now.
No, we've already been to
we already
sleep.
took our long rest, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
no,
managed
this
to
is the
take your
morning.
long
That's
rest
right.
in there. It is the middle of the night though.
Well, I say we try and find ourselves a boat and make our way back across the lake.
In darkness?
Is there anything here in Lonelywood?
In
Everybody's probably
Lonelywood, there
asleep.
is the town. Let me pull that up.
I mean, boat wise.
Yeah, there's boats. It shares a dock. You guys weren't able to make it to the last boat dock because of reasons.
What do you guys think?
You guys want to head to town? Try to get there
Oh,
at
collect
first
our
light?
bounty
Yeah.
for the moose? Oh, wait, can we take the moose antlers?
You can. That's a good way to
Did we ever
show
search
that
the
you
body?
guys actually killed it.
And I'll put it in my bag of holding.
All right. It's a 2-hour trek back to town. I'm going to need a survival check heading on the way back. Since it's nighttime, one for each hour. It's going to be like a DC 12.
I have low. I'll let someone else do it. Unless we all have to do it.
I'll do
You
the
can make
first
it.
one.
One person just needs to take lead on it.
I'll do that. 26.
All right,
The
you're able
first
to
Fucking
time?
make it
sweet.
to the halfway back point. It's midnight, so we just need the next check.
Are you kidding me? All right, so the first one was a nat 20, and then the second one was a nat 1.
Are you a human?
I'm an elf.
Oh, just kidding.
You swear that you've seen this tree before, so you're still halfway back. So it's still just a DC 12.
I'll
All
give you
right,
my heroic inspiration.
there we go. 11. It was a DC 12, and I still. What does the inspiration do? Is that like add a D4
You
or
get to
something?
re-roll it afterwards. Take the better result. Inspiration is now pretty much like a luck token.
Okay. Crikey. All right, guys, I am just totally getting us lost. There must not be any stars out or something
There
at
is
this.
not. It's 2
Oh
a.m.
my
now.
god. Dude,
Does
Somebody else
anyone
switch.
have guidance?
you know what? I'm just gonna take lead on this. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I just rolled a flat roll and got a 19.
All
I
right.
have 0 for it. Plus 0. This is a flat
3
roll.
o'clock in the morning, you make it back to the town of Lonelywood.
The dogs picked up the scent and knew where they were going.
we didn't have the dogs. Dogs are at the speaker's house. Unless
Oh
you
yeah,
caught the
that's right.
scent of the
No.
dogs.
Yeah, that's what happened. I was like, puppers?
All right, you're back at the town. It is dead quiet for 3 o'clock in the morning. You've got a couple of the watchmen that are like walking around, but other than that, everybody's pretty much out. What's everybody doing?
How long do you think before they wake up?
About an
I'd say
hour,
probably about 3 hours.
2 hours.
Is the
3 hours.
ramshackle
The
somewhere we can?
ramshackle is still complete. It is an abandoned area. If you
Yeah,
Well,
want,
I
I
we
have
can
the
could.
just
lucky
go to Speaker's
liar.
house.
I could. Well, the tavern would be open.
That's
Let's
true.
just go get a drink. Maybe find out. Maybe somebody's there to tell us about boat.
I'm gonna set the antlers out right next to me.
Congratulations! Somebody finally did it.
So
Nice thing is took care of the root of the problem as well.
Ah,
Well, I guess not. Never mind. Disregard that.
Let's just say you shouldn't be having any problems anymore.
well, that's good. Round of drinks on me. Pours all the drinks together for everybody.
enjoy it.
So as you're sitting there talking, BSing, time progresses. People are starting to kind of go a little bit more to and fro. You're noticing a little bit more activity throughout. What's everybody doing?
Usual thing, sitting back, being real quiet, observing, watching everyone else, looking for anything unusual.
As soon as it's about the right time, I feel like I want to go to the Speaker's house and collect that 50 gold bounty and the 50 and the year lease.
All right. So you collect the 50 gold, and then you have the lease for the ramshackle.
I'm gonna ask her about the possibility of using a boat.
They will sell you a boat for 20 gold pieces.
How much did we just make? 50.
You just
50.
made 50.
Oh. They don't rent the boats like the other town.
Well, not if you're taking it halfway across the 10 towns.
Good point.
You might
All
be
right.
able to sell it when you get to the other side.
Oh, and they don't have boats. They're yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. All right, there we go.
Uh,
I did it. I deleted the. So I've got 31.
All right.
right, with that, I suggest we head out across the lake and find out if Ben is gonna Listen to reason.
So here's the question. You still have the 2 sleds, the dogs. Each
Yep.
rowboat fits. I mean, you could fit 5 in there. It's going to be a little bit cramped. But this rowboat will accommodate 4 medium-sized humanoids. What are you going to do with your other stuff?
I carry mine. I'll help carry so others if needed.
Well, it can only fit 4 people.
Hey, can we? Well, this is kind of we basically just set up shop here in this town as well.
So say that again.
I can't tell if he's frozen or just really still.
That's why I was like, oh, I
Oh,
guess that
okay.
answered the question. He started talking about interesting stuff that he wanted to do, and I was like, I'm listening.
So let me get this straight. You guys want to take a rowboat out to the middle of the lake and face a large beast and ask it a question, and hopefully
Yeah, the last time that happened.
I'm just saying, a small rowboat in the middle of the water does not sound fun to me. So if it only
yeah.
fits 4 people, I will hang back.
Yeah, you're back. We were wondering what was going to happen.
All right. Sorry.
It's all good. So you were saying that you have the spot, you've got the ramshackle. You're wondering what to do with your
I was
dogs
gonna
and your stuff.
say she seemed like she was really, really cool with like taking care of them for us. So maybe she could take care of them.
Board your dogs?
Like board my dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll do it for 10 gold pieces a month.
For how? A month?
Yeah.
Can I go half now? Can we just go like 5 for half of the month right now?
She is willing to board your dogs for as long as the money holds out. So if you're doing
All right.
half, you got half a month.
All right, sounds good.
You're
We
paid
may
up
have
until
to
the
share.
20th.
I didn't think to count before we bought the rowboat that only holds 4 people.
Like I said, you could fit 5 in there. It fits 4 comfortably. You could get 5 in there. But then there's also like what you do about your sled. You get the sled, the dogs. So if you're going along the line that I'm thinking, you're looking at using the ramshackle as like a base of operations and then putting all your stuff in there.
Yep.
And are you going to like, is it just going to be staged there?
I feel like that's what we should do for right now.
Well, it is your guys' business for the next year. Yeah, you can cross load all your stuff into there.
Okay. Do that, and then his fizz and her fizz will take care of. Will be taken care of by the speaker, huh?
Yep.
And I will just suck it up and just do the whole amount of the whole 10 for the whole month, just in case.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like we should definitely talk to Wake Rider.
Again.
Yeah, Sean said
Yeah,
Uh,
he has
but
some good points.
now we have reason, to like, hey, you're not gonna lose your intelligence.
We're still trying to get him to leave them alone, and now maybe that if he sees we did what we said we were going to do, and we're being honest, and somehow we helped him, maybe he'll cooperate. But we should do it on terms where we're on land in a way where he's not going to destroy our boat. Like, is there any way to get close enough to call him to us? Maybe. Anybody have any way to do that?
He's all the way.
No, I'm just thinking about how poorly the last time we faced him.
does
That
anybody?
Yeah,
that wasn't
it may have
so.
been poor, but at the same time, we also didn't have all the information. Now we have all the information, and I also have uh the the amulet, or like something of hers.
What could possibly go wrong?
Uh,
Everything. I don't know.
Does
Just my
anybody have
thoughts.
message?
There's what the sending spell. Does anybody have that prepared? The seer can cast that spell for you. It's a first level spell. She'll do it for 25 gold.
She's
It's
got
like,
quite the racket going.
it's like yield Western Union. She'll send you your message.
Wow. I don't have that kind of gold.
because we spent it on a boat that we're not even sure we're gonna have.
Hey, we can at least
I
we
had.
could at least
I'll put up the gold if somebody wants to do the message. Would you say 20 or 25?
It's 25.
25.
Normally it's 50,
Okay.
but she's willing to cast it for you guys for 25. It's a hero's discount.
All right. I put up the 25. So.
All right, you got 25 words.
Vernon?
all right. Um,
Should you say please?
That's an extra word.
Build to his ego as much as possible.
his name is Wake Rider.
Then Wake Rider. Yeah.
Finn Wake Rider. Is that one word or two words?
Finn, it would be one, and Wake Rider would be another one.
Okay. And her name was what? Raven what? Or
Radisson.
Radisson.
Ravison, but yeah, close enough.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I think the Radisson's a hotel, is
It is.
Rabison?
All this stuff your characters would know because they've lived it. So I'm not
All right.
gonna like sit there and get you guys over on some technicalities for not using like names correctly and stuff like that. I'm gonna assume that you guys are adventurers and you know.
Finn Wake Rider.
What about Dear Finn?
We have dispatched of
Ravison.
Ravison. We have dispatched of Ravison, And no, you are still intelligent. Please meet up here in Lonelywood. This is Vernon Shoals 2Z's. Yes. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull it off.
She says, I got a response. He does not seem to be happy to get a message from you.
Oh. So he said nothing? Just a angry smiley
Oh,
face?
he said a lot of stuff. I just don't want to. I
Oh.
just don't want to say it in polite company. Something about drowning you like a bilge rat.
It's a good thing you guys didn't go out on that boat.
Hey, but we have a boat that we can take back with us. And sell it.
So,
They have a boat and a place.
Or we could just keep the boat here.
No, we need to get our money back. We don't need a
Yeah.
boat. If we're not going to try to take out this thing that we've now seemed to piss off even more than was before, he's just going to keep
Come
sinking
on.
those people's
Come on.
boats.
I did pretty damn good.
I dare ask why he's so mad at you guys.
Unless we almost killed him twice.
Yes, I remember the story, but was there anything else you're not telling me?
I remember.
I thought we told them everything.
I just wanted to make sure there's no details being left out. Well, I would say your friend is being hostile towards you.
Yeah, he don't like us very much.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. So, what are we going to do, guys?
Let's go down to. Can you put us back to the big map, please?
I think that's what you guys are on.
Oh, we're on Lonelywood.
Yeah, I see the big map.
Hit the refresh button.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think we need to get back to Bremen. Or did you guys want to leave from here to go get what's his nuts?
What's his nuts?
Yeah, the murderer guy. I forgot his name again.
Yeah, I get yelled at when I say that phrase, that's why I chuckled. Sefik.
Sefik.
He's got a little bit of time on you, and let's see, from your location right here.
Oh, we got sleds.
Okay.
So if you guys went around, let's see, if you stick into the trails, you're able to make up time with the dogs. You can travel that whole push them to get them to go faster through the well, let's just call it rough terrain. It's basically like a 1-for-1.
Got you. So it's best to go back to Bremen and then just go from there.
Yeah, I think the last time it took you guys, what, 10 hours?
Yeah, 2,
Yeah.
and then 3. I pushed the dogs, but I wouldn't do that this time. So 2, 6, 10. Yeah. We could do 10 hours back to Bremen.
Is that how you guys want to do it?
Yeah.
So you're gonna say goodbye to your friend?
Goodbye to your friend? Question mark.
The nice, kind beast that's within the waters here.
Oh yeah, basically. Um, can I, since we don't need to board the dogs, do
Or the
I
boat.
still have to pay her? Or
Yeah,
the boat?
you can. Well, if you want to
I
sell the
want,
boat,
no, actually, I want to bring the boat with. Yeah. Sorry.
the boat's pretty big.
Why would you want to bring the boat?
So we can sell it because they need more boats and stuff.
Sell it to who though? Bremen's not on the water.
There's a little spot that allows it to go out onto the water.
Okay.
And that's where we embarked from was Bremen.
How would we carry the boat?
It's
It's
like 500 pounds as well.
Yeah.
So let's
Let's,
put his fizz and her fizz at like a disadvantage for
let's just get a refund on the boat.
two
See,
full
she'll be
two
kind of
full.
yeah, okay.
hardly used.
They're like, we just bought it, and thanks to lemon laws, we're like, good.
Is it cool if we just retro that? Or no?
Well, you sell it back, and then you get your refund because you're going to be taking your stuff. So yeah, whatever money you spent, you'll get back. Do you still want to keep the ramshackle and lonelywood?
I mean, I think that's a good idea, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, you already paid for it,
I
so
think
You
we
yeah.
already
should keep
paid for
it.
that.
Yeah, I think we should keep it. With
Be
Yeah.
a nice fallback in case we don't
Yep.
make his adventures.
I agree.
Are you leaving anything in the ramshackle?
Probably not. Maybe.
Probably not right now.
Probably not.
You are about halfway between Tourmaline and Targos when that coin that you got from Space Kenny lets out a little ping in your mind. You hear distress, distress. 72 hours before the id ascendant becomes non-functional. If you're receiving this message, it is because we have spoke with you about aid that we desperately need. Our psychic crystal has broken, and if not found and replaced within the next 72 hours, all ship functions will fail. End of transmission.
What the
How long?
fuck was that?
Who has the coin? Vernon?
Yeah.
The ship functions will be. Wait, 72 hours? The ship has 72 hours until it's like done for. Non-functional.
Where did we learn about?
It's to the south.
Yeah, there's the crash ship down there, which we haven't been to, but no, what's the town that has the ship with all the charred light on it?
The Charlin?
That's
Charlin.
isn't that
Why do-
this?
It's like Caradinaval or Carconig. Let me get you a better idea of exactly.
You guys know
which
where I'm
one.
talking about, right? Charlin.
Yeah, there was one up like right around here, right? Like,
So East Haven has the giant ship mast that they've
Yes.
had that they've moved in.
That was part of they wanted us, somebody to be hired to protect that because it was all going missing. They were worried about it becoming missing.
Yeah.
Could that be what that's about?
I do believe that Caradinabal, yeah. So Caradinabal, this one right here, was the one that Korra's son ran off to, who found that charred one.
And he was the dead one that I was looking for, right?
No. So you had the expedition that was on Kelvin's Cairn,
He's dead.
that he's dead.
Oh,
Korra
okay.
was from Bremen. She was from the Five Taverns. Her son found some charlin and then became very irate and left. And he went to Caradinabal. And it seems like a lot of people have been going in that direction. There's like a religious organization that has blossomed.
Yes, and also in that area, didn't we learn that the speaker took ill and he's having suspicious people come in and out of his castle, correct?
That is
Yep.
also true.
A lot of stuff going on around those parts.
Are you guys continuing to Targos or to Bremen?
With this newfound knowledge, about the warning of 72 hours, what what do you guys think? Should we go to that ship to try to help it, or go to Carnival?
I think that was really ominous, and I'd like to check it out eventually. I'll follow you guys wherever, though.
Yeah, we won't have enough time to do both.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're guessing that it's going to take you from your present position like 20 hours. It's going to take you almost a day to get to the It Ascendant from where you're at.
How long will it take us to get to the Dark Duchess?
Let's see here. I'm doing every 10 feet is like an hour. So that's going to be like 11 hours.
11
I'm
hours
using
there.
I'm using the measurement thing. You can travel faster on the unimproved roads, but from Bremen to the Dark Duchess is going to be 10 hours.
And then 10 hours back, that's 20. And then you said about 24 hours to I Descended.
Yeah, from Brimshander.
Well, if we're we it would be from Bremen.
That's 2 hours right there because of where it's at. That's another 2, 2, 4, 8, 12.
They're a bit close.
It's going to be 17 hours from Bremen.
So that's 17, that's
On top,
37. That's 37 plus we need 16 hours in there to sleep at least twice. Um I mean we
Still,
could do it.
it's
We
54-ish.
we could potentially do it. I mean with like 20 hours to spare, like 18 hours to spare, potentially help if able.
Let me ask you this. That mirror that you used to find Sefik the first time, can you use that again, or was that a one-time deal?
He's attuned to it as long as the moon spell is cast.
Okay, so
He's able to use
technically,
it.
we could find Sefik at a later time.
That
We
is a
could.
viable option.
It sounds like there might be more greater impact of this distress signal versus one individual.
I agree. I think that maybe we should head south first, and then
They
try
chose
to
you
catch
for a
up with our
reason, Vernon.
friend Sefik.
I'd say
All
we
right.
keep our eyes out on the Sefik. Not forgotten.
Huh. Let's put a pin in this. We'll come back to that later. All right. Um,
Didn't I have a quick question if I'm remembering correctly? Didn't he only kill on the full moon or the new moon, one or the other?
He
yes,
did on the
every new
nights of
moon.
the new moon, and the people were the ones that had kept themselves from the human sacrifice.
So hopefully he won't kill again for almost a month.
But we stopped this last one. I don't know if that's gonna invoke him to like want to kill somebody or kill more. I don't know.
Well, you definitely saw him heading out to the Dark Duchess. So here's the way that I see it. I put another 4 hours on your guys' travel. You're at the next place, which is Targos. From here, we could figure out how you guys want to do it. You are now less than 72 hours from when they report failure. So, just to keep it in mind, it is going to be day 12 at noon, 12 noon on the 12th.